Magandang araw po sa lahat ng mga sumusubaybay at nanonood sa aking YouTube channel. Ayan. Welcome po sa aking YouTube channel. Ako po si Teacher Lhen. Ayan. So, ang isi-share ko po sa inyo ay tungkol sa professional development. Okay, so alam ko na ang iba dyan na kukuha ng LET exam or licensure examination for teachers ay talaga namang kinakabahan na. No? Pero relax lang kayo. Meron akong isi-share po sa inyo na kung saan ito po yung tips na ginawa ko before habang nagre-review ako bago po ako nakapasa. Okay? So, isi-share ko po sa inyo. 15 items po ito. Ito po yung analyzing test items. Paano ko po ba ginagawa yung pag-a-analyze habang nagre-review ako? Okay, so 'di ba after magbasa ng mga theories, so paano yung applications noon? 'Yon. So dapat alam natin kung paano yung mga theories na yon ay ina-apply. Okay? So kung bago ka pa lang po kayo sa aking YouTube channel, pa-subscribe naman po. Please click the bell button and like and share. Ayan, para po mas marami pong makapanood nitong video na to bago kayo mag-exam. Okay? So, halika, samahan niyo po ako. Start na tayo. Yan. So, first, ang isi-share ko po sa inyo ay ang Professional Education Reviewer Part 1. So, meron po akong ini-ready rito na analyzing test items. It is a 15 analyzing test items. So, start po natin. So, kung ang question ay like this. Number 1. So, in order to make Roman education truly utilitarian, how should the day-to-day lessons be taught? Yan. So, letter A, taught in the student's native dialect. B, taught interestingly through the play-way method. C, related and linked to the events happening in everyday life. D, practiced at home under the guidance of their respective parents. Ayan. So, ano po kaya ang tamang sagot dyan? Okay? Kung ang sagot nyo po ay letter C, tama po kayo. So, ang sagot is letter C, related and linked to the events happening in everyday life. So, utilitarian education. Kasi ang tanong doon sa number 1, in order to make Roman education truly utilitarian. So, yun yung tinatanong, utilitarian. So, utilitarian education focuses on the usefulness of lesson to the daily life of the students. Yung option A and B, and then yung D, do not adhere to utilitarian education. Okay? Next, number 2. Which influence the military training requirements among students in the secondary and tertiary levels? A, Chinese. B, Greeks. C, Orientals. And D, Romans. Ulitin ko po. Which influence the military training? Yan military training requirements among students in the secondary and tertiary levels. A, Chinese. B, Greeks. C, Orientals. D, Romans. Okay? Kung ang sagot nyo po ay Greeks. Ayan. So, tama po. The correct answer is letter B. Kasi nga, military training. So, yung Greeks focuses on military trainings. Opo. So, okay po. Yung option A, yung Chinese, focuses on the preservation of culture. Yung letter C naman po, Orientals, focus on preservation of social stability. Ang letter D na Romance, it focus on the usefulness of the individuals. Okay? So, tandaan nyo po, kapag military training, ang focus nun ay ang naka-influence noon ay ang Greeks. Okay, next. Number 3. The Department of Education provides greater emphasis on the development of basic skills. What is the philosophical basis for this? A. Essentialism. B. Existentialism. C. Perennialism. Or D. Pragmatism. Ayan, nasa ism-ism na ha. Okay? So, kung ang sagot nyo po ay letter A, essentialism, tama. Okay? Ang essentialism po ay focus on basic skills and knowledge. So, yung B, ito pong existentialism, ang focus niyan ay yung sarili niya, yung individual, yung self or individual. Kapag sinabing perennialism, ang focus na ito on unchanging truth. While yung pragmatism, emphasize niya the needs and interests of the children. Okay, so ang tinatanong dito, development of basic skills. So, ibig sabihin, essentialism. Okay? Nakatama na po ba? Nakakuha na ng tamang sagot? Okay, good. Next, number 4. Number 4, Teacher Leah views his students as unique. Ayan, unique, free-choosing, and responsible individuals. All classroom activities revolve around the said premise. What kind of theory encompass this? A. Essentialism. B. Existentialism. C. Progressivism. D. Realism. Ayan, ang daming isim-isim, di ba? Okay, sige nga. Anong letter po ang sagot? Yan. Kung ang sagot nyo po ay letter B, existentialism, ayan. So, tama po. Kasi it focus on self or individual. Kasi nga, ang sabi dito, Teacher Leah views his students as unique. So, unique, free-choosing, and responsible individual. So, existentialism. Okay? Next, number 5. Number 5. Which situation best illustrates the concept of growth? A. A kinder pupil gains 2 pounds within 2 months. B. A high school student gets a score of 85 in a mental ability test. C. An education student has gained knowledge on approaches and strategies in teaching different subjects. Or D. An elementary grader has learned to play piano. Ano po kaya ang sagot? Kung ang sagot nyo po ay letter A, tama. Because it pertains to the progressive increase and continuous advancement of the child from birth to maturity. Okay, so concept of growth. So, ibig sabihin, nag-i-increase siya, no? Nagmamature, continuous ang advancement. Okay, next, number 6. Teacher Eds is now 69 years old, has been observing changes in himself. Such as the aging process. So this is such as the aging process, which term refers to the development change in the individuals. A. Development. B. Growth. C. Learning. D. Maturation. Okay? Kung ang sagot nyo po ay letter D, tama. Because yung maturation, it refers to the state of the body and its readiness for behavior. Okay? Kasi yung letter A, development, pag sinabing development, it pertains to the continuous qualities that occurred in our advancement from birth to maturity. Pag yung letter B naman, it refers primarily to the physical changes kasi growth nga, no? Physical changes such as increase in height, weight, and size. Pag letter C naman po, it is incorrect answer because learning refers to the change in behavior as a result of some form of experience. Okay? Yan. Next, number 7. Teacher Jerome, a physical education teacher in junior high school, demonstrates the new skill to be learned so that his students can watch him and later reproduce the skill. What learning theory is associated with the situation? A. Dual coding learning theory. B. Information processing. C. Schema learning theory. D. Social learning. Okay? Kung ang sagot nyo po ay letter D, tama. Social learning because it tells about how people learn through observation, imitation, and modeling. Ang letter A po kasi itong dual coding learning theory, it is about mental images and verbal descriptions as tools for retaining information. Etong option B naman po na information processing, it explains that an individual learns when the human mind takes the information, perform operation in it, and retrieve when needed. Yan. Kapag yung letter C naman, schema learning theory, ito po yung it explain how prior knowledge helps the learner understand new information in the learning process. Yan. Since ito po yung hinahanap ang social learning, diba gagayahin siya, demonstrate the new skill to be learned so that his students can watch him and later reproduce the skill. Ayan. So, imitate. Siya yung nagmo-model. Okay? Next. Number 8. Kim is always fearful of freely roaming dogs but does not mind dogs in a pen or a leash. What feature of classical conditioning is exhibited? A. Discrimination. B. Extinction. C. Generalization. And D. Practice. Okay, kung ang sagot nyo po yung letter A, discrimination, correct. So, because it responding differently to similar stimuli. Kasi yung B, yung extinction, it is the process where the conditioned response is lost. Extinction, yan. Kapag yung letter C naman po, generalization, the responding the same way to a similar stimulus or stimuli. Pag letter D, option D, it is not feature of classical conditioning. Ayan. Okay. Next, number 9. The class of grade 11, Einstein, is scheduled to perform an experiment on that day. However, the chemicals are insufficient. What method may then be used? A. Project. B. Laboratory. C. Lecture. D. Demonstration. Okay. So if your answer is letter D, demonstration. So your answer is correct because the insufficiency of chemicals to use dictates, ayan, no, that the teacher perform the experiment while the rest of the class observes. Ayan. So, nagde-demo yung teacher, no? Demonstration. So, kasi nga, insufficient yung chemicals. So, since insufficient chemicals, si teacher na lang ang magde-demo habang nag-observe yung mga students. Okay? Next, number 10. In Bloom's taxonomy of educational objectives, the domains are stated from lowest to highest level. Siguro tandaan niyo pa yung Bloom's taxonomy, di ba? So, which of the following objectives belongs to the lowest level? A. To identify the characters in the story. B. To differentiate active from passive voice. C. To give the available resources that could be recycled to useful things. Or D. To explain the procedure in changing improper fraction to mixed number. Okay? So the answer is letter A, tama. So, to identify the characters. So, because identifying the characters in the story requires simple recall of information from the text read. A characteristic of information in the knowledge level which is the lowest level in Bloom's taxonomy. Ayan, so wag niyo pong kakalimutan yan. Laging lumalabas yan sa exam. Okay, next, number 11. Which is not provision for the development of each learning in a good curriculum. Okay, A. Extensive arrangement are made for the educational diagnosis of individual learners. B. Self-directed, independent study is encouraged whenever possible and advisable. C. Self-motivation and self-evaluation are stimulated and emphasized throughout the learning opportunities of the school. D. The program provides a number of opportunities for individuals with same abilities, needs, and interest. So, alin po kaya ang tamang sagot dyan? Okay? Tandaan nyo po, which is not a provision for the development of each learner in a good curriculum. Okay? Kung ang sagot nyo po ay letter D, tama. Because, ano ba yung letter D? The program provides a number of opportunities for the individuals with same abilities, needs, and interests. So, because letter D is the correct answer because it mentions a program which provides a wide range of opportunities for individual. It only focuses on individuals with the same level of abilities, needs, and interests. Okay? Number 12. Who among the teacher below perform? Okay? Sige nga po. Ito po yung sagot. Kasi yung letter A, balik po tayo dun sa number 11. Ang option A po kasi is the provision of extensive educational diagnosis of learners, which really help to address the specific needs of the students. Okay, kasi nga meron siyang diagnosis of individual learners. Okay? Next, yung letter B or option B and C ay incorrect din yan answer because it is a self-directed, independent study and self-motivation and evaluation highlight the ability to children to construct and direct their own learning. Yun. Okay? So, ang sagot po niyan ay letter D. Sige. Let's move on. 12. Again, who among the teacher below perform a diagnostic assessment? Yan. So, letter A, Mr. Eugenio, who asked questions when the discussion was going on to know who among her students understood what he was trying to emphasize. Okay, so Mr. Ramos, who gave a short quiz after discussing thoroughly the lesson to determine the programs of learning. C. Miss Gutierrez, who gave a 10-item test to find out the specific lessons which the students failed to understand. And letter D, Mrs. Vera, who administered the readiness test to the incoming grade on pupils. Okay? So, ano kaya ang tamang sagot? Okay? So, the correct answer is correct. So, letter C, diagnostic assessment. Since the purpose of the assessment is to find out what student failed to understand that would require remedial instruction. Ayan. So, letter C ang sagot. Kasi po, ang option A and B are formative assessment. While yung D naman po ay placement assessment. Kasi incoming grade. Diba yung incoming? So, ibig sabihin, assessment yan. Placement assessment. While ito pong letter A and B, formative assessment po yan. Okay? Okay, so let's move. Number 13. In a positively skewed distribution, the following statements are true except A. Median is higher than the mode. B. Mean is higher than the median. C. Mean is lower than the mode. Or D. Mean is lower than the mode. Okay, the correct answer is letter C. The mean is lower than the mode, since what is asked is not true about positively skewed distribution. Okay? Kasi yung option A, it is true. No? About positively skewed distribution. That is, median is greater than the mode or higher than the mode. Yung option B po is also true. Kasi yung mean is higher than the median or mean is greater than the median. While yung option D is true again. Is true also. Kasi yung mean is not lower than the mode or mean is greater than the mode. Okay? So next, number 14. If a quartile deviation is to median, what is to mean? Ayan, alam na alam niyo yan. Pag sinabing mean, tama. So, ang sagot ay standard deviation, di ba? So, it is the counterpart of the mean. Madali lang yan, di ba? Next. Mr. Ramos is a grade 1 teacher who is concerned with building letters into words and words into sentences. She uses flashcards so the learners can sound out syllables and words correctly. What reading model is reflected in Mr. Ramos' instruction? A. Bottom-up model, B. Top-down model, C. Interactive model, and D. Schema model. Okay? If your answer is letter A, bottom-up model, you got the correct answer. The practice of Ms. Ramos isolated the teaching of beginning reading by having the smallest element of language and building it into bigger segments. So, from bottom-up model. Okay, so this question shows the theoretical basis of Ms. Ramos' reading instructional practices. for teaching beginning reading. Yung choice B, ito po, yung top-down model, is obviously not the answer because the practice using this model starts with the teaching of whole text rather than the building on isolated parts. Kasi mula top sa taas. No? So, yan. Hindi sa taas pero more on teaching of whole text. Whole text na yan rather than building on isolated parts. Yung interactive model, yung option C and option D, these are the recognize the teaching practice of Mr. Ramos. However, the emphasis of these models focus on the use of relevant prior experiences, which are considered as a whole. Considered whole. Whole. Yan. So, the correct answer is letter A. So, who got the perfect score? 15? Wow, very good. So, ang galing. So, for sure, makakapasa na kayo sa Lhen. Yan. So, ngayon pa lang, gusto ko na kayong i-congratulate. Ayan. So, meron pa pong susunod na part 2. Okay, abangan po ninyo. Review din po yon with analyzing test items. Okay, thank you so much po. Yan. And God bless po.